Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing well. In this mood of festival season, and as you are celebrating Raksha Bandhan and you will be celebrating Independence Day very soon, let's do one chapter. That is your poem 7, Animals, written by Walt Whitman. So before understanding the poem, let us discuss about the poet. Walt Whitman was born on May 31, 1819 in Well Hills, New York, considered one of the America's most influential poet. His contribution of free verse in poetry has been a remarkable one. He was also an essayist and a journalist. He is also known as the father of free verse. In 1855, he self-published the collection Leaves of Grass, means with his own money he made the book published, which is also a landmark in American literature. Unfortunately, he died on March 26, 1892 at the age of 72 in New Jersey. So now, let's talk about the poem. We human are having brilliant brain. So that's why we can do multitask at a time. But we are also sharing this earth with other as well, like among those are animals. So people who love animals are generally compassionate and kind, unlike those who don't love them. And animals most certainly themselves deserve a much better treatment than they are already subjective to. So do you agree with me? So in this poem, the question shall be answered by Walt Whitman, because in this poem there is a beautiful contrast between animals and human beings. So let's understand the poem. So let's understand the poem Animals by Walt Whitman. This is your 7th poem. It's about the comparison between animals and human. So in this poem, Walt Whitman has shown the comparison between human beings and animals. He has pointed out the evils present inside the human brain, which he thinks animals don't have. That is why he thinks that animals are much better than human beings. So as the first line says, I think I could turn and live with animals. So with the first line, he makes a decision. So he thinks that he could turn, means he could make a remarkable decision by leaving the company of human and start living with animals. So turn means go back from the company of men. Why he wants to live with animals? They are so placid and self-contained. Because of the qualities of animals, like they are very calm. Placid means calm and quiet, self-contained and not depending on company of others. Self-contained means not depending on company of others. These are the qualities why he is so much attracted by the company of animals. I stand and look at them long and long. That's why he sees that animals remain calm and quiet. Okay, so these qualities of animals fill the poet with wonder. That's why he stands near them and keep looking at them for a long, long time. So here the 4th line starts. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. So again, he makes the comparison between the life of human being and animals. He says that comparing the animal with human, animals don't remain in a state of anxiety. So it means anxious about anything. Okay, having anxiety and tensions. They don't grumble over their conditions. Whine means grumble over their conditions. They don't spend their nights lying awake. They don't have to weep over their sins in the dark because they are so innocent. They are not having any false attitude to anyone. They have not cheated anyone. They have not taken anybody's money. So they have not performed any sin. That's why they are not lying awake in the night. Animals don't commit any sins. So they don't have to weep in the dark. They don't have to lie awake at night because of this guilt. Usually people keep talking about their duty to God, but they forget all about their duty to God because they never perform any kind of rituals or any kind of showing that they are religious or something. So it means that most of the human beings do such kind of things. They try to show their good deeds and religiousness to others. They do so in order to gain popularity among their fellow beings. So the poet thinks that animals never irritate him by doing such things just to gain some praise from other fellow beings, because they never make anybody saying that you should perform this duty towards God, you should donate here, you should donate there, and you should follow this religion. That's why he is saying that they do not make me sick. They never irritate me. They never make me having that disgust feeling regarding people talking about the duty towards God. So again, you can see that here in these 3 lines also, he's making a contrast between the life of human beings, which he thinks is only and only based on showing other things to people and just making themselves gaining popularity and all. And that's why animals are not part of any such things. That's why he liked them so much. No one is... Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing well. In this mood of festival season, and as you are celebrating Raksha Bandhan and you will be celebrating Independence Day very soon, let's do one chapter. That is your poem 7, Animals, written by Walt Whitman. So before understanding the poem, let us discuss about the poet. Walt Whitman was born on May 31, 1819 in Well Hills, New York, considered one of the America's most influential poet. His contribution of free verse in poetry has been a remarkable one. He was also an essayist and a journalist. He is also known as the father of free verse. In 1855, he self-published the collection Leaves of Grass, means with his own money he made the book published, which is also a landmark in American literature. Unfortunately, he died on March 26, 1892 at the age of 72 in New Jersey. So now, let's talk about the poem. We human are having brilliant brain. So that's why we can do multitask at a time. But we are also sharing this earth with other as well, like among those are animals. So people who love animals are generally compassionate and kind, unlike those who don't love them. And animals most certainly themselves deserve a much better treatment than they are already subjected to. So do you agree with me? So in this poem, the question shall be answered by Walt Whitman, because in this poem there is a beautiful contrast between animals and human beings. So let's understand the poem. No one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. So here, continuing with the comparison between animal and men, Whitman says that not even a single animal is dissatisfied with its condition. They're not saying that we don't own a car, we don't own a bungalow or something like that. On the contrary, every man remains forever dissatisfied and unhappy. No one is demented with the mania of owning things. Demented means mad, extremely upset. And mania means an extreme abnormal desire. Okay, so on the contrary, every man remains forever dissatisfied and unhappy because there are many things they want to have but they couldn't. There is not a single animal that is mad with the mania of owning things, but every man is mad in the race of possessions and material things. No one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth, so they show their relations to me and I accept them. Again, he says that no animal has to kneel or bow to others. No one has to kneel before those of their kind who had lived thousands of years ago. Means animals are not having that much discrimination between poor and rich. Neither they never bend down among the ancestors like any of religious guru or god you are believing in. So they have never such kind of assumptions. And there is no animal who is sad or unhappy over the whole earth. Okay, because they are respecting each and everything in the same way as others are doing so. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. That's why he says that no one is regretful because they have not committed any wrong or any sin. That's why he can relate himself to them. The poet says that animals have the same qualities that he has because he also never believed in any kind of religion, any kind of ancestral duties. That's why he could relate himself to animals. That's why he want to spend and live with them. So here he accepts that he is having a deep relation with animals rather than human beings because he feels that human beings are not having the real virtue, calling themselves human beings. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge time ago and negligently drop them? So here the poet says that animals are having more virtues. Token means virtues. Here token means virtues. So he believes that animals are having the real virtues. Tokens such as innocence, okay, simplicity. These are the tokens. They bring me tokens of myself. They, evince, means to show them plainly in their possessions. Possession means something you own. I hope you know the meaning of possession. So in these lines again he says that he had perhaps passed away a long time back because humans are not having such kind of tokens, such kind of virtues, but animals bring all these innocence and they show it with their possessions. I wonder where they get those tokens. And he is really wondered where they have just come up with such kind of happiness, calmness and self-sufficiency. Did I pass that way huge time ago? So he asked that whether I have passed that way a long time back and dropped some of his own tokens, means he had already lost all those innocence, simplicity in his life because there is an endless race of attaining things, possessions like owning a car, a bungalow, having a family and all. So maybe we human have passed those tokens. We are not having that simplicity in our nature and negligently drop them. Or maybe that could be like carelessly. Negligently means carelessly dropped them all. Means we carelessly have forgotten about our own virtues. So, in this poem, as I have told you, there is a comparison between the life of animals and human, beautifully presented by the Whitman himself. In this poem, the life of animals is depicted as way far better than human beings. So this is a wonderful contrast between animals and human beings. Animals are generally simple in nature, whereas humans are generally greedy, selfish, and very confused. The poet is very happy with the simple nature of animals, and he perhaps to follow them. So let's talk about the gist of this poem. The poet Walt Whitman in this poem Animal compares animals to human beings and differentiates between them on the basis of their characteristics. Animals have been ranked much higher than humans in the poet's perception. Since animals do not complain about their situation, they are considered to be much happier than humans. Animals live in natural surroundings, they accept their natural lives. Humans, on the other hand, have never accepted nature, that is, they complain about it and try to change it. That's why they are leading to an unhappy life. So, here Whitman gives us a message. The key to happiness in life is not complaining but accepting a situation. The poet in the poem Animals laments the loss of certain values on the part of human beings, whereas animals seem to have retained them and are self-contented. In the modern civilized world, human beings have achieved a lot of material values but lost the real virtues. The more dwelt in modern human beings became, the more they lost the essence of their characters, means enjoying their nature, surroundings, and simplicity. Animals, whereas never adapted to any material goods and always remained natural, this natural aspect of animals has helped them maintain their values. Humans, in order to possess more and more, have forgotten kindness and innocence. The cause of the degeneration of values in today's time is the loss of real virtues in the life of humans. I hope you have understood this poem. So, stay tuned, keep smiling, and keep learning. Thank you so much.